Right, so I've been taking a look at this old alarm system and I managed to disconnect it by removing the fuse, but there's still this cable which basically goes straight to the fuse board, and to really disconnect it properly I need to remove that. I did also take a look at the wiring which goes into this cable, which comes all the way down here, goes down there. And if you look there, you can see it's basically just been cut off. So this alarm definitely is not working. Not that we would be able to get it to work even if we wanted to, because we don't have any codes or any kind of information on how it works. So there really is zero point in it being here, and it was just wasting electricity by being on all the time. So at least it's not on. But what I'd like to do is just remove this wiring completely so that I can just take it out. So I have opened up the fuse board. I should just put a little provisor here. I am not a qualified electrician. However, I have worked in an electrical consultancy for a number of years, so I do know what I'm doing. Suffice to say, please do not open up your own fuse board unless you are very confident that you know what's going on inside. As it happens, this is a particularly simple fuse board. There really is nothing to it. You've got a line of fuses here, which basically just bridge a connection between this live bar, which goes down the bottom here, and whatever wires you've got going off the top. And then you've just got a main switch here, which just isolates the power completely. There's no residual current devices, there's no trip switches. It is really the most basic of systems. Essentially, baby's first fuse box. So, I have traced this cable from the alarm system back, and I can see that it goes in, it was in here. I've actually already just taken this out. I've also disconnected the neutral from the neutral bar there. And you'll see that there is a connection to earth, but they haven't even used the correct color wire, which is very not up to spec. This whole system really isn't up to spec, to be honest. You should have residual current devices on sockets, and yeah, there's all sorts of things that are not right about this system. But yeah, this is a pretty big one, using the wrong colored wire. Yeah, that's a big no-no. Here's another one which goes to this socket down here. Again, they haven't used the correct color sheathing there. So yeah, all a bit of a bodge really. But anyway, I'm now disconnecting this, and then I can pull this cable out, and then basically this whole alarm system can just come out and go away, which will be nice. Go. So these are the fuses. They are literally just the same kind of fuse that you'd find in a plug, but in this little package with the two little legs on it, and that basically just makes contact there. Really is the most absurdly basic of designs. So let's just put the cover back on. Okay. Right, now I can remove this cable. Don't know if there's any market for antique alarm systems. Doubt that. You never know, people collect all sorts of things, so perhaps they might want an old system. So if that's you, do let me know in the comments, and you're welcome to have it. Otherwise it's going in the bin. For interest purposes, there's a date code on there saying 1988. So yeah, pretty vintage. So maybe somebody would be interested in that kind of thing, who knows. Right, wiring is disconnected. I've still got to get these wires out. So there is actually still one cable connected here, which goes out there. Don't know where that goes. Out the front of the house somewhere. Let's see what it hooks up to. So that comes in there, that goes to these. That pair. Exit entry. I mean, if all of the other stuff has been disconnected, I can assume that this is probably not going to work anyway. I just don't want to cut into any live wiring, but I don't think this is going to be live with anything high voltage. This cable's not up to the job, so looking at where it connects, I think most probably it's going to be some kind of switch which activates when the door is opened. Yeah, I think I'm right. There it goes there, and it goes into here, and there's this little plate on the door here. So yeah, I think that's just a switch to say when the door's been opened. So we don't have to worry about that. We can literally just cut that wire where it goes into the wall. Snip, snip. Okay. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Cool, that is all the wiring taken out. Excellent. I don't think there's anything else. So now that whole box can come out. Well, there you have it. One vintage alarm system, circa late 1980s. You probably could actually get it working, I guess, if you knew a little bit about what you were doing. It does have some instructions on the back here. And if you wired up these connection points to new endpoints, probably could get a working alarm system out of it, if you were willing to put in the time. So yeah, if anybody wants it, please let me know. I'd be happy to send it to you. Otherwise, it will be going to the tip. So you might be wondering why I didn't attempt to restore the alarm system. And the reason is that I just don't want the hassle of something going wrong with it and then not knowing how to fix it. You know, this equipment is over 30 years old, so it's probably not in the best of health as it is. So it would even be dubious that it would potentially even work anyway, because if even one of those components is a bit faulty, you could end up with all sorts of annoying things like the alarm going off randomly or not going off when it needs to. So really there just is no point. But anyway, that's looking much tidier now, and the idea would be if we can try and compact this a bit more and move that fuse box down a bit, then we can make a smaller cupboard that doesn't take up quite so much space in this alcove, and maybe use the top part to hang coats and stuff. So we'll see how we go with that. But for now, that's about it, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheery bye!